What's up, everybody? It's Omar. It's Saturday, the day of the fight, Mayweather McGregor. I'll be watching that later. Hope you guys will be too. It's 5:42 p.m. August 26, 2017, and I wanted to talk about my one trade that I'm still in short on from Friday, and my potential trade that I didn't take, and I'll tell you why, and then I'll talk a little bit about my watch list for Monday. So I wasn't expecting a trade Friday because I'm like a corporate trainer, and I had I teach. So let me go to my Twitter. So I wasn't expecting a trade, but this is what I said. And I did take a trade on FENG, and I'll talk about it. Can't trade today. We'll look at FENG for a pop, then a wash, IMU for a wash at the open, and Hertz for a wash, and then a run getting red to green. So let's see what happened. Let's see what happened on Friday. Now, I said this all before the market opened. So FENG, let's see what happened. Market opened, and it actually washed, and then it had the move up. All right, and then so it went from green to red to green to red. This is the previous day's close price, guys, and I'll talk about my trade in a second. And then I also said IMU, look for a wash. Now IMU, it market opened and it washed just like I thought it would. Why did I think IMU was gonna wash? Because it was so overextended. It had such a big day. This is the 10-day 30-minute chart. Get rid of this. It just had this huge run, and it's up from $7 all the way to it closed at 10.58, actually 10.71, and the RSI, the yearly, was already over 83. So my expectation was, look, pre-market it started running, and it got up to 10.99, and then the market opened and then it collapsed. Why did it collapse at 10.99, guys? You know this already. I say this in all my videos. Whole numbers, psychological resistance barriers, $11. So 11, $11.50, $12, $12.50. Those are whole numbers. Those are psychological resistance barriers for people. So, because nobody knows what a stock is going to do, people took their profit. And this thing tanked, So, I was right about IMU, and I wish I would have had an opportunity to trade this at the open, because had you traded this at the open, you had the potential to make almost a point on it, 90 cents, which would have been great. A 1,000 share position would have got you $900, which is great. 2,000 would have got you, $1,800, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then the last stock I talked about was 8 Hertz. So I thought Hertz would wash and then run, and then look what happened. It had this crazy wash. Market opened, look what it did. It touched $19 and then it pulled back. Why? Because, again, psychological resistance barrier. $19 is a whole number, and it just kind of gapped down and tapped. So if you use my shorting strategy that I talked about, this would have been a very simple short, right? So you watch it test the high, you see it come down, you see it gap up, you see that it's clearly not getting above the high of day at this point. So right into this candle, this is where you would have took your short entry. And look, and you got a more confidence that you're good with the short, because look, it's forming a lower high, lower high, lower high, more weakness. And then once it goes from green to red, this is the previous day's close price. Look at that. You could have just took this down for a monster wash. Look at this. You could have got, you could have got at least 2 points, almost 2.5 points, $2.50. I mean, crazy watch. I wouldn't have even been able to short it, because unfortunately Thinkorswim doesn't have shares to short of Hertz. I think E-Trade does, but they charge you hard. They're hard to borrow. Centerpoint with Vision, they do. I know, because I used to short this when I had Centerpoint. So maybe not now, but they did when I had it. So those are the trades that I was talking about. Now let's talk about the trade that I took, and then I'm gonna come back and talk about this. FENG. So this is what happened. I had no intentions of trading. I had a break for lunch at 11:30. I just literally just said, hey, let me go on my phone app. I got a Samsung, Galaxy 8 phone, and I just opened my phone app and I just started looking at the tickers, and I happened to catch FENG right around here, and I noticed that it was just total coincidence, you know, that I just happened to catch it where it was touching VWAP, and now VWAP was acting as resistance. So my strategy was, hey, you know what, I'm gonna take a short on this. I'm gonna risk the high of 9. I had my stop set actually at 495 because 493 was resistance, but I like to just for the sake of you know, like slippage, I set up 2 cents above it. So I had a stop at 495. I actually set the stop on the phone because I wasn't going to be able to watch the stock, and I took a short on it. I took 1,000 share short position, and to my delight, around 3 o'clock, I just happened to look, and by 3 o'clock, this stock was down. It was about 3 o'clock when I saw this. This was already at 462, which was fantastic. So, you know, I was up already almost $400 at that point, and I did not cover. I stood in. So I'm holding this over the weekend. It's now at 450, and which I'm so, you know, I'm up $400 now. You know, so we'll see. Monday, this is what I expect to happen. I expect Monday that there's probably gonna be some value coming in. The stock is gonna, you know, it's gonna come back down, right? And it's gonna do exactly what it did today. You know, people are gonna cover. They're gonna look at the next resistance point, which would be, if this is 456, the next resistance point, clear resistance point, is at 450. So if it might, shorts might cover right when the market opens, and then you're gonna get a spike to actually buy into. Or if it doesn't break, if it breaks below that, the next resistance point will be 425. So somewhere in that range, okay, I would be looking to see shorts, all the shorts covering like myself, and then you're gonna get a nice spike. And then it's, you know, this is just like a fake spike, you know, because not people actually buying because they think the stock is great. They're just buying because they're just riding that, you know, shorts covering that wave, and then you're gonna get the same thing happen. So Monday, I will be looking for, I'll be covering. I'll probably go long and then short again. Maybe. We'll see. Oh, the price action will tell me. You know, nobody really knows what a stock is ever gonna do. All right. So that was my one trade. I'm still in the trade right now. All right. The other trade that I was gonna take, that I didn't take because I got scared to take it, but I also happened to catch Hertz right around here in this double bottom. So I started seeing it build some momentum, and I saw it get up to about 1680, and I wanted to take a short position. I was just gonna risk 10 cents because I know that so many people shorted this that the cover was gonna be big and it was gonna probably go up a point maybe. But I got scared now because, you know, because no one really ever knows what a stock is gonna do. My fear was, because I'm using my phone app, that I would have bought the shares, right? I was only gonna take a 500 share position on this, and then the stock would have just tanked because this stock is so volatile that the price goes up and down really fast, and I didn't want to get caught in a loss. That's really why I didn't take the short. And then I looked at the stock later on that day, and I wanted to smack myself because had I gotten in, you know, I had the potential to make a whole dollar. But you know, that's the trading game. I will be looking at Hertz to see what's gonna happen on Monday. Look at all these people that went short on the stock, right? I'm pretty sure, well, I don't know if all these people went short on the stock, but I'm assuming a lot of these people were selling, right? Because they were taking their profit, but a lot of short sellers were probably shorting this reversal. And they're probably in the stock right now. If you go to shortsqueeze.com, let's go there. Shortsqueeze.com, and I spelled it wrong. You can type HTZ here in the search, and we'll see. So short interest has decreased. Shares to it doesn't show. Oh man, short percentage of float doesn't short decrease. Short percentage minus 8%. Doesn't tell us 30 million shares are short right now. So it's a lot of shares, all right, that are short. You know, so we'll see Monday, you know. Now if that's the case, you know, people are gonna cover and there's gonna be a huge spike. That's what I think may happen Monday. But I love this stock because it always does this. It always has this move where either up one way or the other way, where it either, you know, gaps up pulls back and forms this double bottom and then runs again. So I like to keep watching the stock where when it has that pullback, I like to look for where it finds a support level, and this is how you know. Look, if you watch this all the way down, right? You see how you have no clear support level. Like, look, right? It comes here, right? This is support. It comes up, it comes down. Okay, it comes up. Now, theoretically, this could have been a confirmation where you're thinking there's a clear support level, and it starts getting a little bit of volume, but not too much. I would still be scared because I wouldn't see enough, and then it goes against you. But if you see a double bottom like this, that's usually a good sign to go in. But what I don't like these candles like this. So it goes down again, right? Finds another support level, right? But it gaps up. Now you could have took a quick shot here, but it continues to spike down. So the good thing about this is that if it finds its double bottom here and you're using this as a stop, if it goes up, you got your stop set. So let's say you got it here, and you make sure you have your stop set. You can either do mental or literally put a stop loss in the stock. And if it goes up and you see it go up and then it starts spiking, at least you get stopped out for a small loss. That's why it's great, because your risk reward ratio is great. But look, at some point, if it continues to collapse, it's gonna find a real double bottom, and down here you see it finds its true double bottom, and the 1663 mark, it gaps up, pulls back, but at this point it's a higher low. And you could have took, this is nice because you get in here, you risk here, maybe a couple of cents below, you have your mental stop or physical stop, and you just ride it up. And because it's been beaten down so much that it's gonna have a reversal, and that's where you can go long. All right, so that's what I like to do. I like to see confirmations before I go long. A lot, and I hope this helps, because I know a lot of people see me short because I prefer to short, but I do go long too. And this is one I wanted to long. I just didn't. I didn't pull the trigger. I got scared, to be quite honest with you, because it's a very volatile stock. Had I been in front of a computer, I would have absolutely took the trade. So and look, if we go to IMU, right? Look what happened, right? It sells, it tanks, right? So market opens, it tanks, it finds its support level, right? So you see right here, it finds its support level. So you're gonna say, okay, right now 1043, 1045 support, right? It gaps up, it pulls back. So right here, when I see this, I want to see a green candle. I want to see where the green candle is. You see this, to me, all right, I see a high now, and now this, so you see how this is red? It gaps up, but it finishes red. This to me is still not a confirmation. I want to see the stock, I want to see a green candle, and then I want to see the red candle form, pull back. And then once I want to see it start going the other way, and that's when I take my long, risking the previous support. Now, if it's too much, because you're you have too many shares, then then lower your risk. Don't take a huge position, take a smaller position. And here you could take the little spike, and look, you could have got, let's say you adopt here, and you see the momentum starting to come in here. So you see the momentum starting to come in, and you see the volume coming in, just buying. You could have got in here, like say 1060, risking the 1056, because now you're seeing the momentum starting to go in, and you could have rolled this up to at least 1078, and then look, it kind of gaps up, and then it kind of forms that double top here, see right here, double top, and then it washes, then lower high. So if you see this, it comes back up, and you see that it's not getting back up again. It's not getting, you see the difference here. It's showing more weakness. You could take a short, especially once it goes from green to red. You could have took another short there. Look at this. Could have got a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful short. I mean, monster short. And then what happens? It finds its bottom, and when you see that bottom here, you see that those three candlesticks, for those next 3 minutes, it holds, right? It holds support here. It's telling you, okay, there may be a change. So when you see that, and you see the volume starting to come in, and you see that it's gapping up, right? Here it is. So it's at 1020 now, right? That's the high right there, right? And you see here's the pullback. This is the confirmation to me that the momentum's shifting, and you're gonna get a little bit of a run. You don't know how far up it's gonna go, But here, to me, is safe to say, okay, I am going to take, if I see this break above this, I am going to go long, risking the new support level here, because I have a clear pullback, I have a clear gap up and pullback, and now I have a new support level. And it's that simple, guys. And then you just go long. And then, you can just ride the trend. You can just put a trend line, and you can ride the trend. And if you see a break, you can be a little greedy, hold and see if it dips below, or you can just see if it's going to continue to go up. So, or you could just look at the next support level, see, is it break the next support level? It broke it, maybe it'll hold. And that's kind of how you trade both ways. That's how you do it, guys. Technicals. This is all technicals. I'm not looking at news. I'm not looking at anything else. I'm just looking at technicals. Now, this is my watch list for Monday. Okay, so I'm gonna post this to Twitter in a couple of minutes. These are the stocks that I'm watching. Retail is hot right now, but all these retail stocks are dog shit. They're gonna be fantastic shorts. When the pullback happens, I guarantee you that it's gonna pull back for days. Like, I'm gonna take a nice short position, and I'm gonna hold for probably a couple of days, because all these like Fossil, ANF, AEO, which I think is American Outfitters. These are all dog shit companies, but because they all, remember I talked about sympathy plays, when one stock in a sector moves, all the other stocks in that sector move. And DSW is running, Urban, you see? All these stocks are so high and overextended that you gotta, I think all of them, look, EHTH. Well, this is not a retail stock, but this is a stock that I've seen move before. Look how overextended. This was from $17 to $23. Look at, people are gonna take profit. You gotta expect this thing to wash. So I'm looking for Monday to see if this breaks $22.50. This may go down below $21. I'll be looking to short this. Yeah, it's not very liquid. I'll take just 200-300 shares. That's fine with me. If I get 50, if I make $200 on this, I'm good with that. Like, you gotta, don't be influenced by what you see on on Twitter, and you see these guys making tremendous amounts of money. The point is to make money, man. Make $100, $50, $200. Sometimes I make $50. Sometimes I make $100. Sometimes I make $1,000. Sometimes I make $10,000. But I'm not. I'm only gonna take a big size when I see the setup is A plus. Otherwise I keep my position size much smaller. It's a lot less stress, and I can still make $2,000 a day, $3,000 a day. I do it all the time. So these are the stocks that are on my watch list that I'll be looking to see what they're gonna do on Monday. For me, personally, I like to look for stocks that are easy to borrow, because I like to be able to have an opportunity to short them. But I'll be watching these stocks. I'm gonna post them, and nobody knows what a stock is really gonna do. But if I see some overextension, I am going to suspect that they're gonna pull back, and I'm gonna short a wash. That doesn't mean they don't run. Like, let's say all right, I'll use this stock for example. Let's say CHS. Let's say I'm watching this stock. Monday, the stock market opens, right? And what I'm looking for is to see the stock break above 837, pull back, right? And when I see it like tap out, right? So let me draw it for you. I'm not a drawer, but let me see. Let me show you the pattern. If I'm gonna draw it for you. What is it? Paint, right? That's what this is what you want to see. Okay. Let's say this is the stock. This is the breakout point, right? Right here, right? This is the breakout, right? I can't do a straight line, but let's say it's a straight line, right? So the stock market opens. The stock gaps up, right? What I want to see it do is come up, pull back, right? Right? Now, when I see that pullback, right? I see the pullback. If it's not pulling back below the breakout, then once it starts gapping up, I am right here is my entry, because this is the breakout. I want to see that it's a clear breakout, because sometimes a stock does this. It breaks out, comes up, and then it goes right back below it. You don't have a clear confirmation that the stock broke out. You want to see it go up. You want to see it pull back and hold. And then you want to see the momentum going. And then you have a clear exit and a clear entry. That's all. That's how you long. That's it, guys. That's all it is. That's all it is. And take your profit. Don't be greedy, holding, because what if it's not? What if it goes up and it just it doesn't continue. It was it stops here and then just, you know, collapses, you know. So you gotta be careful, you know. You gotta be careful, you know. So just that's what I do, you know. And then on the flip side of that, right? So let me erase this. I don't know how to. I'm the worst. Let's do cut file. Let's just go to new. Don't save. All right. Now on the flip side of that, say the stock is going up. Come on. Say the stock is going up, right? Goes up. You see it go up. Now it's starting to come down. It comes up, but it doesn't top that. Now it continues to come down. Guess what? This is the high day, right? It's forming a lower high. That's the weakness. I'm shorting here, and I'm risking this. That's it, guys. That's all it is. That's all I do. I mean, it doesn't have to be rocket science, you know. That's it. That's all I do, guys. Now, let's say it has this crazy rip, and it comes back down, and now it's washing, and now it's consolidating, right? So it's going like this, and it's going like this, and it's going like this, going like this. Now, and it goes like this. Now, let's say it starts gapping up, and it pulls back, right? So here's support, right? Dip below it. Now it gaps up. Now it comes back, but it stops right here. So here is the new support level. Guess what I'm doing? Once I see the volume start coming up, I'm getting in. I'm getting in, and I'm risking that. Now this is gonna be the new resistance level. So I'm at least holding till it gets up to here, and I'll take some profit. But if it breaks above it, I'm just gonna ride it until I see it, you know, reverse. That's it. That's it, guys. That's all it is. And you do this shit again and 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 again. Look, here's an example, right? Look, stock gaps up, right? So right here, market opens, pullback, right? It's a pullback, okay? Now, it's just running green here. You know, there's no real pullback, you know? So theoretically, this is the pullback right here. So I'm getting in here, okay? I'm getting in here because I see the gap up and I see the pullback. All right, this was the previous support level, so I'm getting in right here, okay? And I'm risking at least, if it's 778, I'm risking at least 785. You know, we'll see. But if it breaks 78, I keep running, and look, this keeps running up. And guess what? Goes up, comes down. Right? This is the new support level. If I see, right, that it's holding, okay, you take another ride up. All right, you're risking this, and look, it keeps going up. Same thing. All right, same thing. Okay, it's just slow grinds. Now, all right, look at this. This is what I want you to really focus on, because right, so it goes up, it continues to go up, and then it has a bigger wash here, right? Bigger wash. So from 817 to 806, not much, right? But now look, right? It holds here, right? Starts gapping up, right? Pulls back, okay? It's high or low. Look at this, gaps up, high or low. All right. So you could get in here or here because it's forming higher lows. You don't know how high it's gonna go, but these are signals that the stock is still gonna go up. And let's say it goes down here and you go up, it starts going up and it goes down. That's okay because you have a stop set. It's that simple, guys. As long as you see the volume in there, you good. You keep riding the trend. Okay. Look at American Eagles. This is the last one, and I'll stop here. Stock gaps up, pulls back, right? Pulls back. Okay. Kind of a pullback here. Gaps up, pulls back, but look, it's a higher low. All right, it's a higher low right there. Right? You could gap up, pulls back. Okay. If you wanted a clear entry, then you could say, hey, right, it pulled back here. This is a new support level. It got here. Now, right here, me personally, this is where I would have got in, right here. Because I'm saying, all right, it's holding this. Especially once it breaks above 1250, which is a psychological resistance barrier, that's really when I would have gotten in. And if I was seeing the pullback here and it's not breaking below that 1250 or breaking below here, I just stay in the stock and just keep riding it up. You know? keep riding it up, you know. That's it. Now if you see this tops here like this, double top, you know, you gotta know that, all right, this is where you go short, because this now becomes, this is the new resistance. These are support levels. This is resistance. And then look, it fades down. Now, you know, it doesn't go down a ton, but enough, you know, where, you know, you could have made, you know, 20 cents, you know. If you have 1,000 shares, that's $200, you know. If you have 500 shares, that's what, I don't know, 100 some plus bucks. So, you know, that's kind of how you do it. And you see, look at this. If I see this, if I see the stock trading in a range now, so let's say this is the new range, right? This is resistance, this is support. You see it kind of like channeling up here, right? You see it's holding, right? But you don't see it break out here, so you're not sure what to do, right? And you see it come down here, all right? And it double bottom, clear. Now you know this is clear support. So right here, I see the gap up and I see the pullback. Right in here, I would take a long on it. Why? Because it's confirmed that it touched this twice and it didn't break below it. And then it gaps up and it pulls back here, but it doesn't break below it. All right? It doesn't come back down. So I would just ride this up. And look, you could have rolled this up. And, you know, you could have, look at this. This now acts as new support. Look. You know? And boom. That's why people bought it. They saw the pattern. That's all it is, guys. That's all it is. So I hope that you find this helpful. This is my watch list for Monday. And, you know, enjoy the fight. And like, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, watchotrade. Same thing on YouTube. And leave comments, all right? Have a great weekend.